we're going to look at the E minor pentatonic scale, the scale here. We're going to look at a nice variation of the E minor pentatonic, which will be like this, using 2 fingers. And then we're going to try some jamming ideas to sit and help get your soloing a bit more creative. Some little pull-offs and hammer-ons. Little string bends. But let's first of all make sure we know the scales. We're starting at fret number 12, it's the double dot. You notice there's 2 dots over here at this fret. And you're going to use your pinky, and you also want to make sure you've got a nice hard plectrum as well, and you alternate the picking strokes. So we're going to go down, left and right and nice in the picture, down stroke with a 12, up stroke with a 15. Then you're going to go to the next note, down a string 12, down stroke 14. And then you slowly progress. Notice my picking hand as well. Down, up. So your first exercise is to play the scale ascending, so in other words going up in pitch. Making sure the pinky is being used for the 15th fret, and then descended starting at the 15 and going to the 12, next string 15, 12, like that. So this is what the end result should be for the first part of the scale. Now most people practice the scales always ascending first and then descending later. So your second exercise within the scale now is starting on the high note and first descending and then ascending. So we're going to have this. And you'll notice my hand keeps picking up and down the whole way through. Very, very important. Okay, now the second scale I'm going to play, this is the extended one. I'm going to zoom in a bit closer. And I'd like you to try it with only your first and ring finger the whole way through. So we're starting at fret 10. Even though it's in E minor, it's playing onto the 12. So you're leading into the E note, that being your E note. So now, 10, 12. Then you go down a string, 10, 12 again. And then you're going to jump up to 14 with your ring finger like this. So it's going to go. Then you go to the next string, just 12 and 14, and then you got the similar movement, but going 12 to the 14 to the 16. Now I want you to notice the finger movement for the first 5. 5 means penta, by the way. That's where you're getting the name from pentatonic. Tonic means it's the root note. In other words, the same note being played again. So it's going to go from your first note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one you should hear sounds the same. Those are octaves. Okay. Then your last octave, you're going to start now on fret 15. And you're going to go 15, 17. Then 15, 17, 19. So if you take us through slowly with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then descending, your first finger that I'm busy wagging around over here is going to do all the movement. So when you ascend, your ring finger do the movement. Ring finger moved, and descend, your first finger does the slide. Okay, that's the first exercise on the scale, again up and down. The next thing you want to do, I'm going to zoom out a bit there, and we're going to pick each string only once, and the remaining note will be a result of the hammer-on or pull-off. So you're going to pick, hammer-on. And you can see my hand didn't move over here, the hand is moving now, only picked once. Next string, which will be hammer-on slide. So it's first pick, hammer, slide. Then repetition kicks in because of those octaves we spoke of. And the third octave again, hammer on, slide. So your scale now ascending slow motion with me. 2, 3, 4. And descending, obviously now, we're going to move with the first finger. similar as when we picked everything. Only difference is over here, the hammer-ons and pull-offs gives you a bit more, it's called legato, your notes a bit more flowing, and it'll give you more speed. Now, once you got that, we can do something like this. It's a little hammer-on and pull-off, and we're grouping the notes into just pairs. So first pair, pick, hammer-on, pull-off, hammer-on. So we've got 4 notes in that beat. 1, then you go to the next one, and then you move up and do the same. So your first 3 pairs, 1, 2, 3, then you go down, and I'm hoping you can hear and recognize those octaves that we spoke about, and at speed. Sounds quite cool. So it's a nice, easy sort of concept to help you get your speed when you're busy improvising, when you're soloing. Okay, then obviously you can descend it. Also sounds pretty cool. Then you can try some palm damping. Now with palm damping, we need to bring your palm more onto the saddles. These are called saddles. Acoustic players, you can have a little white bridge over here, but electric players, you've got different types of saddles obviously. But this over here is your saddles where your strings come over, and you want to rest your palm so that your string is slightly muted. You can hear it slightly muted there. Now it's ringing, and now it's muted. Okay, so you want to mute it just enough that you can hear the note, but you don't kill it. This will be killing it. Don't want that. Okay, so now with the muting, you can see my hands there. I sometimes anchor my pinky underneath or behind rather the volume control, just to make sure my palm is parallel to where the strings come out. Because sometimes I find we do this, then the bottom strings are going to be dampened too much. So make sure your palm is nice and open like that, so that your palm is parallel to your bridge. Okay, your saddles. And we're going to do this now. And it's quite cool. It gives you a bit of a build up. It's nice for little dramatic sort of speedy hammer-ons and pull-off, little fast phrases. So that's the general idea behind that. Now we're going to go back to the first shape we learned. Again, I was bad there. I used the ring finger, should have used the pinky, but anyway, we ended on the pinky. And we're going to do a cool little hammer-on and pull-off exercise, which looks like this. And the PDF I will send you as well. So if you need a copy of the PDF or you haven't received it, just drop me a WhatsApp and or message me via the YouTube channel, and I'll happily send you the tabs for the hammer and pull-off exercise. They're really, really cool. And it's based on that scale shape. In other words, your fingers must be the same fingers as allocated in the actual scale picture itself. So you're starting on 14, then I'll pull off from the 14 to the 12, like that, and my pinky goes to the top for the 15. So it's 1, 2, 3. Next up, pick the 12 now on the 5th string, and I hammer on the 2nd note. Then I come down a string, so the first 2 triplets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, should sound like that. Get a bit of a top view there, 3, 4, and you can see my picking action in the corner over here as well, just to help you make sure you get it right. Next one down starts over here. So each one of the bars on the PDF that shows you the tab has basically got 2 triplets per bar. First triplet and second triplet. Now the next one, you can hear the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that concept just works its way down. So with me, slow motion, 3 and 4 and that's going to work quite nicely for you, because now you can go. Gives you nice little phrases like that you can start developing later, which obviously I'll show you in class. Okay, so now you've got some nice exercises there. On the string bends, you spoke a bit about that. Inside this scale, you can, technically speaking, bend any note, but I found certain notes do bend easier and more consistently than others. That's this note, that note, and that note of your scale. So that note works very, very well. That note works well. That one. And then this one, that note there. it's a nice way to get a nice introduction to a solo, something like this. Quite a nice little easy sort of fall to do with your scale as well, so I'm hoping it works well for you. Now on the bending some people battle a little bit with. Let's say I want to bend that note there, the 15 on the B string. I'll let my ring finger do the work, not the pinky, because the pinky is not strong. So I bend with my ring, and then I support with my first and second. So it's, and you can see I'm using all the fingers 1, 2, and 3 on the bend, with a bit of vibrato. Same for the ear. So make sure all 3 fingers over here are giving you strength for support there. Now, the advantage of the pinky being free is this little technique called the double stop. Something like that, which I'd like you to try as well. So, it's a nice little double stop there. And all we're doing for the first one is I'm picking the 14 on the 3rd string. The pinky is going to be on standby for 15 on the 2nd. And once I've bent, you can see the pinky comes in, and I can even bend them together. When I said bend together, I should have said picked together, because you're only bending the 1 string. My grammar mistake. Sorry. Okay. So you can just go like this, or you can pick them together. Also sounds nice. Same with the severe. They work really, really well together. So those are some nice basic intros to get you into your soloing for starters. And if you want some more sort of intricate sort of hammer-ons and pull-off techniques, let me know. But for now, I want to leave you with that, and let me know how it goes with the improvising section in Geek. Okay, take care. Cheers.